Good morning, students. Welcome to the class Supply Chain Management. It is our second class on the chapter 1. Okay. Now, this is the objective of our class. The introduction, scope and importance, it will go like this. In this class, we are going to discuss on the introduction. The introduction topic, I am going to handle it for 3 periods, 3 classes. Okay, in the last class, we discussed about the general introduction, and in this class, we have to discuss with an example. Okay, and I am Dr. S.K. Rajesh Khanna. I am going to handle the first unit to you. And Mr. N. Sivasanmugam, he is going to handle unit 3 to you. And Mr. A.K. Saravanan, he is going to handle the unit 2 for you. Okay, so this is how we have to proceed. Unit 4 and all, the college will reopen, so we can discuss in the class itself. Okay, what is supply chain management we discussed so far? It is a process involving all the activities from scratch till the supply of the requirement to the customer. For what the supply chain management? To deliver a product, to deliver a service, to deliver a design, to deliver a supply. It may be a transport service or it may be a storage service. Okay, all these things called as supply chain management. And supply chain management includes designers in it, manufacturers in it, suppliers of the product, logistic industries use it to transport the product, raw material from the raw material place to the manufacturing industry, transporting the finished product from the manufacturing industry to the distributors, from the distributor to the suppliers, from the supplier to the stores. Everything comes under the logistic industries. And the warehouses to store the raw material, warehouses to store the semi-finished product, warehouses to store the finished products, and even the warehouses to store the product to be recycled, that is the used product, and the service centers. Everything comes under the warehouses. Sellers may be an online seller may be a small store seller, or seller may be a Walmart or Mart, like this big sellers. Okay, and marketing, the dissemination of the product to the customers. And distribution centers, this is how it is distributing, in which way it is distributing, like that. The finance management is very, very important, because all this process are working to enhance the profit or to increase the profit. For that, we need a financial management team. That team will take care of the GST payment, that team will take care of the taxes and everything. Okay, services after the product, for example, if you take a bike or car, it need to be serviced and it should be given to the customers. Okay, so this and all comes under the supply chain that we discussed already. Okay, before going into the subject, okay, I will tell you one small story. The story may not have any message. Okay, just think that this is not the normal story. Okay, it doesn't have any message. It might not be available anywhere. It is my own story. It may be true or it may be false. That depends upon you. It may or may not have logic. Don't expect the logic in the story. Just I will tell something. Okay, but you may remember the story and you please recollect the story. It's enough. Okay, it's you can take it as a simple exercise. Don't take it as a storytelling or something. Okay, it's just only to ice breaking session. Okay, it's not related to the subject. Okay, I want to share one of my experience, which all, okay, my experience, in sense it's not a big experience, it is very, very small experience, so it will not bore you. Very short story. One fine morning, I am walking in the Marina Beach. It is my ambition, because in olden days, cinemas and all, if you see, the first scene they will show it in the Marina Beach and the hero will jog on the Marina Beach. Okay, without the scene Marina Beach, there is no films in the olden days. So I have a very interest to walk, to at least to have a walk in the Marina Beach. Okay, so I had a walk in the Marina Beach. At that time, I saw a Indian flag flies in the sea. So by curiosity, because if there is some flag, if you able to see in the sea means, because of that curiosity or because of the interest, I want to see where the flag is flying, why it is flying. So because of that thinking, I went near to the water to see that flag. Okay, so I moved near to the water. Okay, there I saw the flag is flying on a ship in the sea. Okay, the Indian flag is flying very high. The ship seems to be a army ship or the coastal guard ship. Something, it is a military related ships. In that ship, the flag is flying. Okay, flag is flying. Okay, next. And I saw why it is flying. And one end of the ship, the flag is flying. I saw the other end of the ship. Okay, normally if there is a ship, you will see the whole ship. So similarly, I also saw that ship, other end. There I saw two S hooks. Hook means the simple hook, what we say, hooks. That is at the end of that ship. Okay, that hooks, the two hooks are used to tow a boat. So a small boat is behind that ship. The ship is towing that boat or pulling that boat. Okay, I thought that the boat may be broken down or it may be a breakdown happened in the sea. So this coastal guard ship goes there and it pull it to the land or pull it to the shore. I thought like that. Okay, so I saw the two hooks there. And this is the hook. This is what we call as the S hook. It is in the boat. In the boat, the boat also having a hook. Okay, so that is as I am a mechanical engineer, that is the S-type hook. So what I saw so far, I saw a flag flying on the ship. Other end of the ship, it is having two hooks. That hook is used to tow a boat. The boat is having only one hook. In that it is pulling. Okay, okay. Next thing, what I saw, I used to see who are in the boat. Okay, that is the next thing. We are not worried about the others only. We are not worried about ourselves. So I used to see who are sitting in the boat. There I saw a couple of sitting in the boat and they are sitting very near to each other. I thought that they may be a lovers or they may be a married couples, whoever it may be. So it seems like that only. Okay. Next thing. Then I noticed that there is another boat nearer to this boat. Okay. That is, first there is a ship, second is a boat, then third is also there is another boat near to this boat. Okay, I noticed another boat near to that. When I noticed that boat, immediately the things what comes in my mind is, there also somebody will be there, some couples will be there. One or more couples I am expecting, and I am searching whether the couples are in the boat or not. But it is not happened. Nobody is there in the boat. Okay, no couples in the boat, there is no lovers in that second boat. Okay, but I saw another thing, that is the bunch of donuts. From the sea itself, I saw there is lot of donuts are there. I really wondered how the donuts came into the sea, how the donuts came into that boat. Okay, I wondered. Then I want to find where the donuts are come from. At that time, I can able to notice a person who is cooking the donut in the boat. He may be a chef or he may be a fisherman, whoever it may be. Okay, he is cooking donuts in the boat and he is arranging the donuts in a order. Okay, at the time many things goes in my mind and fine. Okay, so with that story ends. I don't want to bore you further. Now, tell me what is the moral of the story? Anyone? Shall I just recall the story? I am walking in Marina Beach. At the time I saw a flag. I went near to the shore, near to the water, and I saw the flag is flying on a ship. The ship may be any ship. Okay, and I saw the other end of the ship. There it is having two hooks. In that hook it is pulling that boat. And I saw the boat. In the boat there is only one hook used to pull it. And inside the boat I saw a couple or a lovers sitting adjacent to each other. And next to the boat I saw another boat. In that boat also I expected the lovers or a couples to be there in the boat. But unfortunately nobody is there. And but instead of that I saw the bunch of donuts. and I saw one cook or one chef is cooking the donuts. This is the story. Okay. Can you extract or can you interfere anything from this story? Okay, well, I think the story is very simple. Okay, now what are the recalling things? That is what I said so far. Did you understand anything from this? I gave some keywords of this story. Did you understand anything from these keywords? Flag, two hooks, boat towing, one hook, couple of lovers, another boat, expecting the another pair of lovers, donuts, one chef. Okay. Now I am going to give in a pictorial form. First thing is the flag. Next there is two hooks, that is two S hooks. The fourth thing is a boat, and the boat is attached with one hook. In that boat there is one lover or pair, and there is another boat. I am expecting the lovers in that boat also, and there is donuts, and there is a chef. Okay, this is the diagrammatic representation of my story. Any interpretations? Okay, I don't want to waste my time. Okay, waste our time. Next, this is what we called as mind mapping. Okay, now you see the flag represents 9. The S hooks looks like 8. So 2 S hooks, so 2 8. The boat look like 4. The again one S hook look like 8. There is a lovers here, the heart in symbol or the heart symbol look like 3. Boat looks 4. Heart in symbol looks 3. Donut is 0. And one chef it is 1. It is my mobile number 9884834301. It is my WhatsApp number also. If you have any doubt, you can call me or you can WhatsApp me. I will reply to you. Okay, this is what is the thing I want to insist here is it is the mind mapping concept to remember the mobile numbers. Okay, nowadays we are having the smartphone. The smartphones have enormous memory. We can store millions of thousands and thousands of numbers in that thing. There is a Google Drive, that drive is storing everything. But in olden days and all, we have to remember the numbers. Okay, and in olden phones also there is only we can store maximum 30 or 40 numbers only. Beyond that we cannot save. So nowadays it is not like that. So it is not necessary for you to remember the numbers, but it is the concept of mind mapping to remember a sequence of number. Okay, you can develop your own stories to remember those things. Then you won't forget in the exam. If you, for example, if you take the supply chain management, I am giving some examples or application. Please take it as a mind map concept and store it in your brain so that it is easy for you to write in the exam. Okay, in later classes I will give some more mind mapping concepts to remember the theoretical parts. Okay, suppose for example the supply chain management, there is a question called as importance of supply chain. For that you have to write or 14 to 15 points. How to remember those points using mind map concept, that also I will explain, so that you will get very good mark in the exam. You will not forget anything in the exam, and it is not necessary to recall it also. Okay, if I ask you to repeat the story again tomorrow, definitely everyone can able to recall and repeat it again. So far nobody will memorize this story. You heard it only once. If I ask it tomorrow, it is possible for you to recall it, and it is possible for you to recall and tell my mobile number tomorrow. Okay, so it is a small story, and I will give this type of stories in one class in a week. Okay, because we have to complete the syllabus also. Okay, I hope the story is whether interesting or not, it is not boring too. Okay, now we came to the supply chain management. Introduction continues. If you want to buy a supply chain management book in Amazon, what you will do? You just open the Amazon portal, you will just type supply chain management book in the search spot, and it will show the list of books. You select the book what you require, you make the payment for that thing, the address and other things already in the database, so the book will be delivered to you at your doorstep. This is the process. Is it correct? Okay. Did I skip anything? Did I left out any process in ordering the book? I hope I completed all the process. Is it correct? This is what we are doing normally. Okay, fine. Now, how to increase the profit? We are ordering something. Assume that the book is 300 rupees. If you go to the T Nagar, they will give at 280 rupees or 275 rupees. In the same Amazon also, there is some offers, discounts, so we can get that book. Okay, where we can get the profit? How to satisfy the customer? That we have to check it. Is it correct? So, if you go to the stores, Hikin Bottoms or some other stores, there it is fully centralized AC, we can be happy, and there is a storekeepers or some service person, they will support us, so we will be satisfied. But if you take online shopping, how to satisfy the customer, how to get the profit out of this thing? Okay, if the book rate is 300 rupees, Amazon is selling for the same 300 rupees only. Amazon will not have profit in that thing. If Amazon is selling that book for 350 rupees, you will not buy it in the online, you will go to the store. Okay, so then how the Amazon is getting profit? So up to this, what we discussed is the normal layman's view. Now we are going to view the thing in engineer's point of view. Okay, first thing, if you want to buy a supply chain management textbook, first I have to open a browser. I am having n number of options for the browser. It may be a Chrome, it may be a Firefox, it may be a Internet Explorer or UC browser, or n number of browsers are there. You have to select any browser of your own. I am selecting, for example, Chrome browser. Why I am selecting the Chrome browser? Because it satisfied me. It satisfied the customer much more than the other browsers. Okay, because of the good appearance, because of its colorfulness, because of the fun pictures. In the Google, if you see every day, the Google, the logo is changing. Okay, if there is some leader's birthday, the Google logo changes to the leader's face. Like that, they are doing some fun pictures. Every day, new things should be seen in the Google browser. Easy to browse. Okay, these are some of these things. Okay, what is the profit in opening a browser? For developing the browser, there is set of people working on it. They have to be paid. Apart from the payment, the Google Chrome has to earn profit also. How they are getting money? If you are opening the browser, will they get the money? Definitely no. The Google will not get any money. Next step, you have to type in the search engine. Okay, in the search engine, I am going to type, I need a supply chain management textbook. Okay, if you type like that, there is a big team working behind that thing. Okay, they are having huge database, they are having huge supplier, they are having huge data, information, materials, whatever you searched, they have to give it to you in fraction of seconds. For that, a big team is working. That team also paid. That team also have to earn profit out of it. Okay, by simply searching supply chain management, the supply chain management textbook supplier will not give any money to the Google, and you will not give any money to the Google for searching. Okay, there is providing the service at free of cost. Okay, and in few seconds you will get a list of books. And moreover, the search engine has to forecast your need based on your previous search. They have to do data mining and other things based on your history. So lot of things are there in the search engines. Okay, next, the search engine will show a list of textbooks. Okay, in the Google. Now, the Google may get some money from the suppliers. How? Some of the supplier will pay money to bring their textbook as the first textbook in that search page. Based on that, they will get the money. At this time, you can see some advertisements on the right side of the Google Chrome. So there they are getting money. Okay, here only the Google earns the profit. Suppose if the Google want to continue earn the money or continuously earn the profit, means the customer have to do all the search engine in the Google only. For that, the Google has to satisfy the customer. How the Google is satisfying the customer? First, it is you are just searching supply chain management textbook only, the word. Okay, but Google, what are the things done by the Google? You just see, it will show the images of various textbook at the first. You can see a lot of images of the textbook there. From the image you can select it. Okay, if it is not needed, next it will show the theoretical result, list of textbooks in the theoretical format, and blue line represent the links and the black line represent the descriptions. The theoretical result you can see. After few lines you can see the short answers. What is the textbook? What is supply chain management? Like that short answer, because some of them interested only in the short answer, nobody interested to read the full text or the full pages or detailed things. So the Google is providing short answer. Next is the huge choices. Okay, Google, if you search something, minimum it will show 10 pages of search initially, and it shows within 1.24 seconds the pages are displayed. Okay, but if you go beyond first page, it may not be, at most it is not useful to you. If you go to 6th page or 7th page, the content in that page is irrelevant to you in most of the cases. Okay, but it is showing huge choices. Why? Because to satisfy the customer. If it is giving huge choices, the customer will be satisfied. So that only it is doing like that. And in the bottom of the page, you can see the alternate options, because it makes the user more user friendly. User may not need what he want exactly, or what if the user want to buy some product and if the user doesn't know how to type, no need, it will show the suggestion based on the keywords you are typing. And also it is giving some reviews. Some of the people will bought the product by referring others, so for that also it is giving the option, it is showing some review status, based on that you can buy it. Apart from that, there is lot of images. In that images, there is lot of filters available. Okay, you can use that filters to filter those images. And news is there. What is the latest news about that product? What is the latest news about that book? That is shown there. And buying options, where to buy, Amazon, Flipkart, who are all the buyers, that it will show. And it will show the available locations of that sellers. Okay, that is also shown in a Google map. Just you click that, it will show the nearby places and distance from your place, everything it is showing. And finally the financial analysis. For the textbook it will show any financial analysis, but if you go with some product, it will show the financial analysis of that product. There we can know that the company will exist or the company will be going to close. Okay, that and all we can do it. So if we are searching for a simple textbook, but the Google is showing enormous options for you. Why? Because only to satisfy the customer. Are you the customer of Google? Definitely no. You are not the direct customer of the Google. You are the indirect customer. Here you are the customer of the textbook. Okay, in the supply chain of the textbook, Google is there to support indirectly. Okay, so this is what we call as the indirect activity. Okay, indirectly Google is supporting, so the Google is in the supply chain, so the Google has necessity to satisfy you. Okay, so supply chain is the process involving all the direct and indirect activities from scratch till the supply of the required product to the customer. Okay, now you selected the book. Select the SEM book. Okay, fine. Now by selecting, the browser will not get any money. The possible stores will get the book rate, comparison, various stores, and it show a list of stores available. It show the list of prices, who is the giving at the best price, who is giving the maximum discount, who is giving at free delivery, everything it is showing. So for a single textbook. Okay. Okay, now the Google getting the money from the adjacent agencies or from the suppliers. Okay, now the portal satisfies the customer. So this might not be available in the Internet Explorer. So we are not going with that Internet Explorer. We are going with this thing. Okay. Next thing. And it goes like this. Next to the Amazon portal. Suppose I want to buy the book from the Amazon. Just I will click that options. Then it opens the Amazon portal. There is a huge database. Okay, the store details, user IDs, passwords, mobile numbers, security terms and conditions, everything. So Amazon, it is having a huge database, huge servers. Okay, if the customer bought the product from the Amazon, then only the Amazon earns the product. If the customer is not bought the product from Amazon, the Amazon will not get any money, will not get any profit. Its supply, you have to close its supply chain. Okay, so if the Amazon wants the customer to buy me, the Amazon portal has to satisfy the customer. Okay, how it is satisfying? Again, it is giving lot of filters. Again, it is giving the cost wise filter, review wise filter, with or without sign in. We can do it like that. It is giving the maximum options for the customer. After signed in, it shows the book, how many pages are there, what is the cost of the different suppliers, what is the discount rate, everything, details of the book, image of the book, customer reviews, replacement policies, alternate solution for this book. The persons who buy this book can also buy this something like that. It will give the maximum information to the customer, which are not needed for us. Okay, is it necessary for how many pages are there in the book? It is not needed for us, but it is showing that thing. So this is where the Amazon is satisfying the customer. And next thing, once you added the product to the cart, a big team is working behind it on the financial transactions. It may be a card, credit card, bank, UPI, sometimes it may be a failed transactions. So there is a big team is working behind this thing on the financial only. Okay. Once if the amount is paid, there is different teams segregated. The first team inform the customer about the status of the product, the distribution of the product, where the product is moving, is it dispatched or not, is it delivered or not. Next, the team 2 is working on the process of the payment. The payment have been paid to the supplier. The commissions is taken from the supplier by the Amazon. A big team is working on those part. On the taxes, everything, the paying the taxes, paying the GST, everything a big team is working. And the third team is the logistic and distribution team. They are transferring the book, they are transporting the book from their location, from their warehouse to the customer point. So they are using lot of persons, their bike transport or cargo transport, like that they are doing. Okay, another team is there which is working on the customer support. They are dealing with the replacement policies, cancellation policies, etc, etc, etc. So lot of teams are started working. All the team have to be paid, all the team have to earn the profit. How? Because you are bought the book for 300 rupees, means how the 300 rupees is shared by all this percent. The supplier itself, they take 280 rupees or 290 rupees. Okay, from the 10 rupees only they are getting all this profit here. Okay, once if you get that profit, you have to satisfy the customer. Now you go to the supplier side. The order is placed in the Amazon, it is given to the supplier, textbook is supplied to you. How the supplier is getting profit? Amount paid by the customer minus amount spent on the book. What are the amounts spent towards the book? For the book we need papers. For the paper we have to identify the trees. Trees are in the forest. There we have to send the tree cutters. We have to pay the tree cutters. There is government policy in cutting the tree. We have to pay the tax for the government. We have to pay the tax for the forest department. And then we have to transport the wood. We have to cut the tree and we have to transport the wood. Next it goes to the paper factory. There we have to use the chemical to process the wood. There is the cutting machineries which will cut the wood and crush it to make the paper. The quality check should be there, and the paper cutting process should be done. A4 paper or A5 paper or A3 paper, there is a cutting process is there, and the packaging should be there because the paper will absorb the moisture, so the cover should be perfect such that it should absorb the moisture like that. And the paper storage, we cannot you simply make every material and we have to supply to the supplier. We have to store the paper in godowns or warehouses. From there we have to transport it to the printing presses. In the printing presses we have to print the text. For that book have to be binded. For printing the text we need ink. For content we need authors. And the book has to be distributed to the store. It has to be do marketing. Specimen copies has to be given to the colleges and faculties. Sales has to be enhanced. The financial team has to work behind it. Book stalls, book lenders, book libraries, book resellers, book recycling. Everything comes under a single supply chain. Okay, if you order a textbook in Amazon, there is huge number of processes done behind it. Everything comes under a single supply chain. If you order a single book, this is a single supply chain for you only. Okay, this is not the common supply chain for all. If tomorrow if I am ordering, again the similar supply chain will be created, but the supply chain is entirely specific to my product. Okay. So this is what we called as the supply chain. So if you want to buy, if you take a tree cutting process, there we have to identify a suitable process. We need skilled laborers, we need skilled workers to cut the tree. We have to transport the worker from their house to the forest. We have to provide the refreshment, we have to provide the wages, bonus, tools, machineries, everything we have to do it. Each and every activity have different owners, different policies, and each and everybody will work to earn the profit. Okay, now you see, In the last slide itself I showed 36, but there may be 100 and 200 processes carried out, and there may be 200 owners in this single supply chain. Okay, and 200 owners want profit out of it. You are paying only 300 rupees, but there is 300 owners will be there. 300 owners also want profit. Even if you give 1 rupee to each owner, you think it of how the supply chain is working. Okay, now let us take our college. What is the supply chain in the college means? The faculty members, library, textbook, suppliers, publisher, laboratories, machine supplier for the laboratory, service persons, non-technical person, technical persons, tools, transport, food, canteen, vegetable vendors. Everything is the supply, comes under the supply chain of a college. That we will discuss later. Okay, now I am come to the end of this class 2 discussions. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, or already I gave my mobile number with a story. In that you can send WhatsApp me, or you can send mail to this mail ID. I will clear your doubts. Or next 15 minutes I am waiting here. You put your doubts in the chat box. I will answer it, or you can ask it by in the online also. I will answer your questions. Okay. So what we discussed so far in this session. First, we discussed what is supply chain. Supply chain is the process involving all the direct and indirect activities from scratch till the supply of product to the customer. Okay, this includes product, service, design, supply, transport and storage. The supply chain management includes designer, manufacturer, supplier, logistic industries, warehouses, sellers, marketing person, distribution persons, finance management person, service and customers. Everything included in this supply chain management. And next thing, we saw a small example, purchase of a book. Okay, if you want to purchase a book in the online store, first we have to open the browser and we have to go with the search engine, and in the search engine there is enormous facilities available to satisfy the customer. After that we have to select a supplier of that book, and then we have to pay the money to the supplier. There is a separate team working for the customer satisfaction, customer replacement policies, financial management and other things. And from the supplier we get the book. The supplier will get the book from the publisher. Publisher will have the printing press. There is a machinery, tools, inks, everything that will be supplied from some different suppliers, different manufacturers. They have to cut the trees, they have to take the wood, from the wood they have to make the paper. That is the paper industry is there. So the supply, if you take the supply chain, it goes like this, chain. Link point, the link will goes as of. Okay, so this is a simple example of a supply chain. In the exam, if they are asking supply chain, you have to give some example like this. I am giving an example of Amazon. You may give some example of buying a product from the stores also. Okay, if you go to the T-Nugget, there is n number of stores are available. Each store will have some decorative things in the outer things, and that also comes under supply. Once if you enter the store, there may be air conditioner store, fully air conditioned, and there is lot of fans are there that will satisfy you, and there is lot of sellers or the storekeepers or some service persons are there. They will support you, they will recommend you buy this book, buy that book, and there is lot of editions are there. You can select the edition whichever needed. Some of the books given Anna University prescribed textbook, so you can buy those things also. So lot of things are there. If you go with that thing, again the publishers, suppliers, the paper industry, again that also comes in the same supply chain. Okay, so you can write any example. It is not necessary that you have to write only this example. In this subject you can write any examples. Okay, and one more thing I want to clarify with you. In the last class I got feedback from some of your students. Your students felt that the subject may be somewhat difficult. Don't think that the subject is difficult. The subject is very easy. The only one thing is you have to remember the examples. Once you remember the example, it is possible for you to write the theory, and it is possible for you to earn very high grades. Okay, no need to buy any textbook. I will give the entire material, soft copy. I will give the material for all the 5 units, and if possible I am searching for some good book. Once if you have got that good book which covers only the Anna University prescribed syllabus, I will recommend you will buy that book. It is more than sufficient. Okay, you can earn very high mark in this subject. Don't worry. Very attractive thing in this subject, it is not necessary to write the same example given in the textbook. You can write your own example. And next thing, the number of steps. Suppose if you are taking some data structures, linked list and all, you have to write the procedure as such. In the linked list, inserting a data in the linked list, we cannot write as our own. We have to write the procedure like that only, list or stack like that. That is only the standard procedure. But here there is no standard procedure. For example, in the textbook example, you may skip some steps or you may add some more steps in that example. It is not a problem, whatever it may be. Okay, you will get the mark. But only thing is, you have to explain everything with a suitable example. If possible, you draw simple diagram, freehand sketch for those examples. I am not asking you to draw the diagram with scale pencil and all. In the first year, you studied one thing called as freehand sketching in engineering graphics. Similarly, here also you can draw simple freehand sketches of that process and do it. Once if you do like this, definitely you will get very high grades in this subject. Okay, the subject is very easy. All the five units are very theory part only. All the theory parts is explained with an example only, so don't worry about those things. And the example what we are explaining here is I am taking from the general examples. Don't think that the subject belongs to a mechanical department and the examples are only from the mechanical. No, I am not going to take any example from the mechanical, because the subject is not belongs to the mechanical engineering. The subject is a common engineering subject which all the departments involved in it. Okay, so I took some example, some common examples only. That too, the example is known to you only. I am not taking a big example how to send the rocket to Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. I am not taking those examples. Simply buying a textbook in online. This is what you already did. The 4 is definitely, I hope all of you bought some book through online. Now I am explaining that process of supply chain. Okay, so I am going to explain, I am going to give you examples only in the real time, and all the examples you have experienced in your life. Okay, with that only I am going to explain this thing. So don't worry about the textbooks. In the textbooks they will give some different examples. Don't bother about those things. Okay, just listen to my examples, just recollect the example, just rewrite that example. It's enough. The subject is very easy. Okay, and in the next class I will give some more introductions, and we will go to the next topic of this chapter. Okay, thank you.